Well, hi, little fella. Hello, and welcome to the Idle Hands Workshop. I'm Steven. If this is your first time here, well, welcome to the Idle Hands Workshop. Yesterday, we restored the Defiance 1299 utility knife, and today, we're going to work on my combination squares, tri-squares, whatever you want to call them. If my dog will shut up. Anyway, they came 3 different variations in the Defiance line. This one we can only assume is the 1220. There's no markings on the blade. One of the big differences is that the bottom is peened out, so you cannot actually remove this. It doesn't have a level. It doesn't have a spot for the marking pin. And as far as I know, this one came in red and black. Then there's the 1221, which came in red, black, and blue. It's got marking on the blade. Let's see, Defiance by Stanley, 1221, made in USA. And these, you can take this all the way out, which makes cleaning them so much easier. And I've got 3 of those. One's blue, one was red, and then a black. And then the sweetheart of the bunch is the 1222.5, which has a 12-inch machinist rule. You can take that pin out. You can adjust them. All 3 of them are sliding. If you notice on the 1220 and the 1221, it can only slide so far, but then you can flip it and you can turn it all around and all that good jazz. But this, the 1222.5, has got a slot that runs the whole length, so you can go all the way out as need be. It's also got handy dandy little single window level, and the hardest part to find is the little marking pin that goes in the base. So the plan is we're going to get these cleaned up so that we can put them into the collection and get them used. I already use them quite a bit, even though they're not cleaned up, which leaves marks on my project. So anyway, without further ado, I shall turn you around, and we're going to start off with the bench grinder, just like yesterday. So we're back here at the Wen bench grinder, which I've had this thing for quite some time. Everybody seems to complain about them. I've disassembled my tri-square. Comes down to 5 pieces if you take the pin out, which I prefer to just leave it in for the time being until I absolutely get to that part. So we're going to go around, we're going to get all the rust knocked off, this is definitely painted. It's not japanned, which it should have been japanned. We're going to get all that off, probably repaint it, and then we're going to lap these faces. And you can see it's still got the original machine milling marks on there. So we're going to try and keep it as true as possible and just clean up all these parts. But I'd also like to be able to read the markings when I'm using them. So I'm not going to bore you with cleaning all 6 of them at the same time. So I'm going to do one, and I'll probably post some glamour pictures at the end and let you see what they all look like once they're all done. But the plan is this wall back here is going to get redone, and I'm going to build my Defiance display there. So that's one reason I'm going through all the tools now. So here we go. Alright, so I don't know if this will show up on camera. Let's see here. The focus. You can make out the by Stanley part. Anyway, there is some pitting on here, and we're not trying to go all the way for brand new. I can read all the marks on here nice and clear. I can read the number 1222.5, made in US. A's kind of gone, there's some pitting right there. But that's what we're going for. So I will flip this over, do the other side, and then the edges. It's got quite a bit of rust on it, not even going to lie. But It's a good, usable tool, and as long as I can read that one side, we'll be good. Before I finish up, in case any of you are wondering, this is just a welder square from Harbor Freight. Use them to help hold pieces in place while you tack weld them before you go do your final weld. And they're great for holding all kinds of stuff at the wire wheel. You don't feel like holding tiny pieces or you're not comfortable with it. Alright, that's the blade done, so we'll set it aside. Nothing really more to do to that. Now, we've got little bits. For the little bits, you might find it safer and easier to use a pair of vice grips. And make sure you got a good hold on them. Alright, that's our little pin. All nice and clean, so we'll set that with the blade. Now we got this little nut, which we got an easy way to do that too. You can thread it onto our pin. And then get it back with our vice grips. Make sure you guys are even still on, because my phone likes to do stupid stuff like that. And there we go with that. 3 pieces down. Try to make this another short video like the box cutter, but it won't be. Especially if I want to show you the other 6 or the other 5. And I'm pretty sure I have more. But alright, now we're going to go on to the body. For this, I will take the pin out and set it somewhere safe. The pin I actually don't even need to touch. There's no rust on it whatsoever. This, you know, I could probably get away with just hitting it with the wire wheel and then wiping everything off. Looks like it's already pretty clean. We'll see in a few. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to take it any further than that. I will wipe down the black and put it back together, and that will be that for this one. I mean, that looks pretty good. So, I'll pause this, get it all back together, and wipe down and show you the finished shot. Alright, and we are back with 1222.5 all finished up. Supervisor doesn't seem impressed. It's not food. All I did is hit it with some Johnson's wax to help protect it. Everything, all that exposed metal, I definitely don't want it rusting up again, but there it is. And all the others are going to be pretty much the same, except on the frames, I'll end up taking the paint all the way off of them, because they're not as nice as this one was. So all the blades look to be okay. They've got all their parts that they're supposed to have. Like I said, on the 1222.5 and the others, they don't have the pin and they don't have the levels, even though you can see the frame was designed to have the level. They just didn't bore it out and put one in on those. So, no biggie. So that'll be that, and that'll be, I'll probably just pick one of each to put in the display case. But for the most part, that's it. Hope you all enjoyed it. Help me think of a name for this little guy. Put a comment down below what you think we should name him. He doesn't have a name yet. Him or that one that's running off, or the other one, or the black one, or the turtle shell one. I got kittens all over the place. Usually what we do is we wait until they're old enough and we take them and we get them fixed. So help kind of mitigate the population. Anyway, peace, love, and go make something.